Showtime.
It's about that time.
Let's go.
You're right where you need to be. This is GCOM Radio.
Hardest radio station on the planet. Yeah.
Powered by Lyfeblood.com.
We certified.
And hosted by Nova Phoenix and LK Mason.
Give them that flavor.
What is the deal, y'all? What up? What's going on? This is Nova Phoenix. This is GCOM Radio on iHeartRadio. We are doing it once again. I don't even know what episode this is. Once again for you guys this weekend, hoping to bring the, real nice, provocative, just real regular conversation going for this show. How was your week? My week was good. My week was okay. I kind of messed up with the working out thing. As you know already, I'm on a diet. I'm trying to preserve my sexy. I'm trying to regain it. You know what I mean? But I didn't even go to the gym. I only went like once on Saturday. Yeah, so I kind of scheduled it for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I didn't get to do it Thursday or Friday. I only got in Saturday. And I should do better with that, because if I want to really have progress, I gotta balance the caloric intake, the diet, and the physicality, the physical fitness. And man, I failed this week. But you know what? I take every day as a new day to start something again. And if I didn't do it yesterday, here's an opportunity to make sure I do it today, right? So I try not to beat myself up too much. But anyway, I'm hoping everybody's week was good, because mine was good, other than the not working out. So man, let's rock and roll. Let's just get into the show and see what we talking about this week. Okay, so what are we talking about? So the first segment of the show is about UFOs. Are they real? Are they real? And this is something I wanted to talk about for a little bit, but never had a chance to. And I'm talking about it now. So this is based on some Facebook administrators that create an event for people to join, and they so far have gained 500,000 people that RSVP'd to this event description. So these administrators started a Storm Area 51 event where they're gonna, fly out to Lincoln County, Nevada, where everybody's gonna meet up to this Area 51 alien-centered tourist attraction, and then they're gonna coordinate some sort of bum rush at some time. It's gonna happen, or they're setting it to happen, September 20th. So this is a goal apparently to try to break into Area 51 so they can actually see all the highly secretive and secure military, things or technology and alien technology, so they can see ships and these new blah 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 whatever. All these things that are happening in Area 51. Everybody knows what Area 51 has been on. X-Files has been on a numerous amount of other shows talking about aliens, But the thing that's just getting this all crazy up in the hoopla is that so many people signed up to do this. So much people, in fact. I was looking at Joe Rogan's profile on IG, and he had Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar, the guy that supposedly was at Area 51 and saw a lot of alien technology and alien ships and all these things. I just wanted to break it out to the people that the United States is covering up this, these secret programs of reverse engineering alien technology for United States' own purpose. Do I believe it? I don't know. I'm going to get to that. So Joe Rogan reposts Bob Lazar's message talking about, this is really getting traction, and he's hoping that people don't do it because, don't go down to Area 51 and want to bum rush it. As some say, Naruto run the Area 51 site, and everybody knows the Naruto run is just a gag to say, run like how the Japan anime characters in Naruto, arms out, just run right into Area 51 and see what they see. So Bob Lazar is saying, don't do that. It's dangerous. Last person to try to bum rush Area 51 got shot. And he doesn't want people to get hurt, and he thinks that's just a silly thing to do, a dangerous thing to do. And when he was working at Area 51 or whatever program that he was a part of, more than likely is not in effect anymore. It got closed out, it's shut down, and whatever was in Area 51 probably got relocated or put someplace else, and it's just doesn't make sense to do, because whatever he saw was 30 years ago. And we know things, prop up in one area or one location, they get shut down or relocated, and It's just a foolhardy thing to do. But it just brought me to think, do you guys believe in UFOs, unidentified flying objects? Now, for me, I don't. I used to, but I don't now. And why have I changed my stance on that? Because there is no evidence to support it. Nova, how could you say that? There's just so much, tons and hours of video footage of aliens, UFOs being caught by civilians in various countries. And we see all these ships flying and the radar and, Air Force pilots captured alien spacecrafts on radar, and nah, man, I'm not going for it. I was so caught up in that stuff. I was hardcore into that. I would try to search for as much UFO videos as I could online, see any special shows that concentrated on certain events that happened in the past with aliens that were caught and worked on, and ships that crash landed, and the United States government took those and reverse engineered some of this technology, and it's hidden away. And as I said before, in Area 51 or other locations, highly secretive military or militarized locations that houses all of this super secret X-Files type stuff. And most of it is just hoax, man. Let's be honest. Most of this video and most of these videos that we see, who's doing it? It's like regular people. It's shaky footage. You never can quite get a sharp picture of this UFO in the sky, and then you will see at the night the other videos with these like little lights dancing around and in synchronous flying patterns. And it's over mountains, and all of it is just, listen, it's just crap, man. It's crap. A lot of it is fake. I think 98% of this stuff is fake, man. Because everybody is trying to, in today's internet, everybody's trying to get clicks. Everybody's trying to get attention for the videos they create. It's just, look. In 2019, we have satellites in the sky that can take a picture, zoom in on a basketball from Earth's orbit with a clear shot where you can see the dimples on the ball. And you can see and read every word and lettering that's written on this basketball. Okay? There are prosumer cameras that can zoom in with clarity, with ultra sharp clarity on objects miles away. Okay, like say for instance the sports photographers that take shots of the football players, or you have the photographers that shoot landscapes, like mountainous areas from across the lake, and they zoom in and it's almost like they're 20 feet away, but they're really like a mile away, 2 miles away. And it's ultra sharp clarity. I'm like, some of the footage that I see when they're promoting some of these cameras, the telephoto lens is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, right? So you mean to tell me in 2019, with satellites and with all these, way advanced prosumer cameras that can be sold to regular folk, professional, whatever. People that work at the networks, they have great cameras to take video and still photography. And you mean to tell me, with all these folks all over the world from different countries that have access to this technology, right? This equipment, you mean to tell me no one could take one single freaking image? They do have in some prosumer cameras the shake feature, where it takes away the shake from cameras, right? Where it stabilizes the image or whatever you're shooting. And yet, with all the UFOs that are out there, every single one cannot take a steady camera shot of whatever's floating in the sky. Cannot get a zoomed in, focus fixed on these objects. Come on, bro. Come on. This is crazy. This is stupid. All right. And then I fell for it. Nah, man, I fell for it. I fell for it hook, line, and sinker 15 years ago, 20 years ago, right? And now I'm just looking at it and I'm like, what? Wait a second. No, not doing it. You give some time to think about it. It's freaking insane, right? And then so I was looking at some of this stuff online, I'll do my little research for the segment. And I'm looking at all these videos on YouTube. I'm like, same stuff, right? Nobody can get a nice, clear, steady, shot of the object. No, nobody could do that. All right. And then, I mean, what else is there? And the other thing is, we can't find any ships. So you mean these ships come like from millions of miles away? Not even miles. I don't even know what measurements of distance you would use if aliens are coming from like other freaking planets, right? So they come all this way, and if you understand astronomy, right, there's so much things in space, right? So they have the technology to fly past black holes and quasars and nebulas and avoid planets and avoid suns and avoid all these things that are floating around in space, even the things that we can't even imagine that exist in the universe, right? So they can get the ship to fly around all this dangerous stuff in space, and all of a sudden you get to Earth and you can't fly the damn thing no more. And you crash the ship, and you see these two little green guys with big heads and big eyes just be like half burnt up, like crawling out the ship. Yo, that is so stupid. It's ridiculous, man. Come on, man. Now, I think I saw what do you call it? A flying saucer at one point. I was on my mother's block and I saw these lights, they were like fixated right above, and I really thought I saw one. It was right above my mother's building, it probably another 100 feet above the top floor of the 6th floor, right? That was the very top floor of my mother's apartment building. And it I didn't hear a thing. And if it's 100 feet above a 6th floor building, it's still pretty low, thinking it's a helicopter. But it was totally silent. It was moving towards me, and it had lights, on red lights. I can't remember the color lights, probably red, white, or whatever the case may be, around the perimeter of this object. And I'm thinking, is that a helicopter? It's moving pretty slow. And then as it got closer to me, I didn't hear a thing. Helicopters are really loud. I did not hear a thing. And then it just floated over me and floated diagonally across the street from where I was at. And I kind of followed it and went down the block. I'm like, yo, that is super strange. And then it flew over where my aunt used to live, flew over that building. And at that point, it's crazy. It was just coincidental. As it flew over the building, I could no longer see it. That's when I saw like shooting stars. I saw 2 shooting stars, like pew, pew. It's crazy. And I was like, yo, that got to be aliens. But then at the end of the day, it probably isn't. You know what I mean? And I got so excited that night. It's probably when I was like 16 or something like that. And I got so excited that night. I'm like, listen, I was just convinced it was aliens. Now, I don't even know what I saw. I have no idea what I saw. And that's what most people feel. Okay. when they see unidentified flying objects in the sky. I just don't. The only way where I'm gonna believe aliens exist if a spaceship lands on the White House lawn, or I see in any one of those movies when it deals with alien movies, alien visitations. If I see an object the size of, I don't know, half the city of New York, or a quarter the size, floating above the Empire State Building, that's when, okay, aliens exist. But other than that, I don't want to see no shaky footage. I don't want to say, this article said, and these, this general admiral, whatever, from high ranking in the military finally came forward, and he wants to I don't want to hear nothing. I got to see it with my own two eyes. I got to see it on TV where, oh snap, on some Independence Day business. But other than that, I don't care about nothing. Aliens visited thousands of years ago and gave technology. That's another foolish garbage thing. It's a show on, I think, History Channel. It's called Alien. I forgot the name of the show, but it's so stupid. It's so far-fetched. It's just stupid propaganda. It's no different from any other reality TV show. And talking about aliens came thousands of years ago and gave their technology to these other civilizations, and that's how we came to be. And so you mean to tell me that these aliens came at that time, gave all this knowledge to humans, and that's how they built the pyramids and all, and for some reason they can't make another visit, right? They just glad handing cats. Vulcans came down, live long and prosper. You know what I mean? And was like, yo, listen, we want to give this knowledge to you because y'all is some backwards ass species. And all of a sudden they fly off into the heavens, never to come back again. Yo, come on, man. If any fool wants to believe that, yo, man, it's just crazy. I personally don't believe in aliens, man. It just doesn't make sense. Logistically, scientifically, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Is it possible some of the videos could be real? It could be. It's possible it could be real. One or two out of the hundreds that get uploaded to YouTube. It's possible, one or two. I saw radar footage of somewhere in space, and I saw this thing, it didn't act like a meteor or something like that. It moved off on an angle, you know what I mean? Purposely, like there was a propulsion system, and it got me curious. I'm like, wow, I couldn't explain it, but that doesn't mean it's aliens. So I think we have a lot more problems to deal with on this planet than worrying about what's floating coming down from the sky. All right, let's just, like I said, let the damn alien spaceship hover above any city and thousands of people see it. That's when I will believe in aliens. Other than that, all this shit is some X-Files bullshit. All right, whatever. And if anybody want to run down to Area 51, a Naruto run into, and hey man, you deserve a couple bullets in the torso. All right, so be my guest, have fun at it. All right. All right, so let's get into the first song of the show. And you know what? It's a beautiful setup. And I missed my lift. Hey, here we go. I got this joint from this dude named Cofresi. He's a drummer and producer. He produced this track with Luna Gray. Actually, Luna Gray, it turns out, is this G that was on Black Ink on VH1. All right, she came in to get a tattoo with a friend. Who knew? I saw her profile. I was like, oh snap, that's the. Anyway, she's an artist, and she's singing a song called Scars that Cofresi produced. So check this out. It's a dope EDM joint, mixed in with some hip hop. You like it? It's called Scars. Listen up.
I wasn't given the plan, cause I am living the plan. Message of hope cause I'm risen again. Steady, I'm ready, I'm saving myself.
Soldier in the field,
Experience helps, breaking down levees, still moving in stealth. Take one for the team, do it for Commonwealth. Count on time cause it always tells. I know I must keep my sunshine. I'm thankful for my stars, thankful for my stars. I'm thankful for my stars.
It's GCOM Radio
I am one of the flyers.
on iHeartRadio.
This is GCOM Radio, powered by Lyfeblood.com. Come join, be a lifer. Practice dollar power and build financial independence.
Yeah, man, that was a hot track, man. You know it. Cofresi, the producer, with Luna Gray, the artist. Man, that Scars is hot. I see it really building, man. So it just dropped, so give it some time to really kind of start bubbling around the world. But you heard it here, man. You heard it here, right there in GCOM Radio and iHeartRadio. So we're gonna get into the next subject. Oh man, this is juicy. I know people are gonna want to hear this. Would you consider polygamy? Would you consider polygamy? All right. So, what is polygamy? Everybody knows what polygamy is, right? Everybody knows the deal. Polygamy, the practice or custom of having more than one wife or husband at the same time. And there is polygyny, the practice wherein one man has more than one wife. And there's polyandry, the practice of a woman having more than one husband at the same time. Right? So, and then of course there's this polyamory, the practice of engaging in multiple sexual relationships with the consent of all people involved. So there's all this poly business, right? So I was thinking about it. Would people be able to have in society polygamous relationships? I mean, polygamy is nothing new. At the beginning of human history, polygamy has happened, right? But it's been frowned upon as the centuries went on, and it's illegal in some places, and it is not encouraged in other places. So most polygamous relationships are polygynous. Men having multiple wives. That's just, what it is. I believe a little bit is might makes right, and who controls the conversation on what is right and what is wrong in relationships throughout society. But it has been frowned upon by religion. It's funny. It's kind of it's accepted in some religions, but then it's looked down on in others. So it's funny. And Muslims are one primary religious sect, Muslims and Mormons. So Muslims, as everybody knows, they can have multiple wives, but as long as you can take care of them. I have a friend that's Muslim, and he had a second wife. Did not go well. It did not go well because his wife was Muslim, but she was from here. All right. And, you know, he broke it to her. He's like, listen, yeah, I gotta, you know, I'm getting married. She's like, what? What she said? You getting a second wife. Now, she knows this, right? She knows what's up. And what was she gonna say? She's Muslim and she went with it. It was rough. It went rough because this homeboy was Muslim too. His homeboy was Muslim, and she blamed him. I blame you for bringing this stuff to. Yo, you know what I mean? Because she's a Black American woman. You know the deal. She's not from, you know, the Middle East. She's not Arab. She's a Black American woman. Is a Muslim, and she wasn't having it. But you know, but I gotta say, I gotta give her props. She followed the faith. She stuck to it and went through with the marriage, man. It went through, and it was rough. However, it did not last. It did not last. He ended up divorcing the second wife anyway. But it's done, all right? Mormons, okay? Mormons, you know, they believe in multiple wives, right? And they do it. And they've been practicing it for a long time. But then not all Mormons was with it, if you understand in the history of Mormons and marrying multiple wives. And of course, other sects of Christianity just did not agree with it. So polygamy is illegal in Europe and the Americas, some Asian countries, Australia, and some parts of Africa. You can marry multiple women in Africa. All right. And hey, they seem to work it out. You know what I mean? But yeah, can you be in a polygamous relationship? That's the question. And this is how I think of it, right? A lot of people look down upon it from a religious perspective, but I think if you take out if you remove religion out of the conversation, I think polygamous relationships would be more prevalent in society today. You know, if you remove that, you know, getting struck down by God and it's a sin and la 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 la, and you know, you got to question it from a religious point of view anyway, because men control the Bible. And if you look at it, a lot of it comes from the perspective of men. As I said, might makes right. Men controlled society. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot the name of the word. A male-driven society. Oh my God! See what I'm saying? Every time I seem to forget what the conversation is. I forgot. Oh my God! I can't believe I forgot. You know, I'm gonna check because this is the internet, and the internet, patriarchal. That's the word, patriarchal, and is matriarchal. So patriarchal meaning male-driven, and matriarchal is female-driven as far as the perspective on how people look at society. All right, so a lot of societies are patriarchal, so a lot of it was driven by men, and you know, it is what it is. Men have multiple wives. It's biblical. It goes back, you know, with Solomon having 700 wives and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So I'm saying if you remove religion out of the conversation, I believe polygamy would be more prevalent in society. Now, there are pros and cons to this, don't think. They say the pro is the first wife can share out the burdens of housekeeping and child rearing. Now, I'm not saying this. This was what was said on this website that I was reading. Now, if I say this, it would be considered, you know, toxic masculinity. What you talking about? We don't do the housekeeping. I'm just saying this is what they're saying. I'm just saying, right? So another pro is polygamy supports population growth and replenishment in times of war. You know, men go out to war. It's men going out to war. If men die, how is the society, the group is supposed to, extend itself. So here you go, how polygamy works. Now, the con, they're saying that there could be jealousy amongst the offspring on which parent favors which child, and also who shares the wealth that gets created from the parents, the mother and father, who's going to, how's this wealth going to pass on to who. We have this problem right now, when your parent dies and wills and all that stuff. A pro is if all individuals work, they could pool their money and they could build faster, create more savings, build property ownership, economically stabilize struggling communities. It's a pro. You have more people bringing in money from a capitalistic point of view. Another pro is creating gender balance amongst the women-male ratio in society. Some say, women outnumber men. So what do you do with, there's extra women and there's not men to meet the, the coupling of these groups. And you have, this is where you could say, polygamy will work. You know what I mean? The con, men might not treat wives equally, and there could be jealousy amongst the sister wives. Remember that TV show? Yeah. And a con, wives can, what was it? Oh, this is a con in society. Denying wives to other men that are younger or lower economic status. They're saying studies show that men without partners will turn to crime and create violence within society. This is what they say. All right. So there's a lot of pros and cons to polygamy and all that. See, it's and polygamy. And I feel like, why not have polygamy? All right. Because if you can have, and it's legal, I'm saying as far as an American, it's legal for there to be gay marriage, all well to good. Go ahead. Do what you want. You should have every legal right to marry, if it's man and woman, as the traditional man and woman, marriage concept. Why not? You should have all the rights. So why not? But if we're going to accept gay marriage, why not accept polygamous relationships where a man can marry multiple women, or the reversal, where women can marry multiple men? Why not? I'm saying the conversation comes up, right? So, I don't know. I think I can do a polygamous relationship. I think I can do one. I don't know if my wife's going to go for it. But I think I can do it. Why not? I mean, you give it a try, right? Yeah. I don't think it can end well. I don't think, not even end well. I don't think it would start well. But, yeah, so I'm saying, though, why not, right? You know what I mean? Just introduce the woman and be like, yo, you can have, multiple streams of income in the household. And hey, not everybody could be in one home. You can give a home, make sure the second wife gets a home, and the third wife gets a home, and the fourth wife gets a home. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it works out for everybody, right? Oh, yeah. There's only one roost in the house. So, as far as that, then I could get a husband business. That wouldn't work because there's only one rooster in the hen house. You know what I mean? That's how it goes down. Yeah, so I think we should consider that. I think people should really push, making polygamy a serious subject matter and how we see it in Western civilization. All right, and why it's looked down upon, and what are the reasons, the root causes, and once we can root that out, then we can get to, okay, what was all the hoopla of considering it like a sin or whatever the case may be. There's a couple of things too. There's a couple of myths there. As they say, there are 7 polyamory myths that people have to stop to believe in. They say, number 1, polyamory is mostly about having a lot of sex. It's not about that. They're saying it's actually about creating worthwhile relationships amongst all parties. And it's just not like massive orgies all over the place, and you know what I mean? Where it's just a crazy mixture of body parts and appendages and bodily fluids and, you know, all these things. No, it's not all about that. It's about creating worth. No different from when you create that worthwhile relationship between a man and woman, or whatever you want to say in gender relations, that it's about building that wholesome relationship. Okay. Myth 2 is it's for people who don't want to commit. No, there are people that have multiple partners that commit very well. And it's something that when you look at it from an adult point of view and mature, that, you know, some people want, they could deal with multiple people, you know what I mean? And then this is the other thing, right? There are people that do things in relationships and go outside relationships, but then what about those folks that are what do you call it? That are serial relationship people. They go out with one person, date them for a year, they break apart, and they get with another person with a year, and they break apart, or marrying people, and you meet someone that's a male or female that marry like 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row. Like, wait a second, you didn't figure out what the problem was in the first 2 relationships. You're on your 5th marriage. There's serial, what do you call it? The people that marry multiple times. It doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, so that's myth 2. Myth 3, polyamory can never really work because humans are jealous by nature. And yes, we can be jealous. It's a natural emotion from all human beings. We get jealous when we're with our significant other and we're out there and someone's paying more attention to them than we didn't think was going to happen. Like, yeah, of course we're going to get jealous, and that's just a part of being humans, and that's something that you got to work through, and it happens. And you know, if you're having one partner or multiple partners, jealousy is going to come, and it's just, again, it comes with maturity and being adults on how you navigate through that jealousy and having that wholesome, you know, relationship. Number 4, orgies are the name of the game. As I said, it's not like that. It's you know, people are not having sex morning, noon, and night, and doing all this craziness and swinging from chandeliers and fuck swings and all this business. You know, it doesn't quite work like that. Myth 5, polyamory is for commitment folks. They say that's not true. That people are very committed when they are in multiple relationships, no different from a one-on-one relationship. You can be committed. Number 6, myth 6, poly people are more at risk for a sexually transmitted disease. They say, well, listen, if you can be responsible with one person and then you add on a second or third, it's no different than how you act with the first person that you're in a relationship with. You're going to be just as serious and careful and with the second wife or second husband, you want to put it, or the third wife or fourth, whatever. So it's not like it's just these polyamorous relationships are rife with sexually transmitted diseases, like it's some kind of, you know, it's in the porn industry or something like that. And number 7, polyamory practitioners never get attached to anyone. That's untrue. You could be very attached to all your mates, and it's not like some, you know, again, it's some cold, like this is a, what is not, I'm thinking the Stepford Wives. I gotta drink some water. Or what's that other famous show that's on right now? Handmaid's Tale. It's not like that, and it's, you know, it's not like that. That's just TV. People can be very attached to all their partners in a polyamorous relationship. I'm just saying, from what I've learned from reading about the subject, of course, I read, I'm curious, I investigate. So I read as much as I could about, you know, polygamous relationships, and you know what I mean? This is what they say. I've never done it before. It's something that, you know, I say, hey, what is this about? So now I'm gonna have to try to convince my wife, see if I can work on a third wife. What? That's what I'm saying. That's how we gonna do, kid. Yo, I'm telling you what this is. I'm gonna hit. Yeah, man. So anyway, Hey man, let freedom ring. Let's be free. Flower power, 1970s, polyamorous relationships for 2020 and beyond, right? Okay. All right, so what is the next song of the show? So we have Sami Soul with the song I Hope. You can see her video on her YouTube channel, Sami Soul. That's SAMISOL. And the video is hot, and I like the song. It's very nice. And to follow up right behind Sami Soul is Deluxe. He's coming again, once again, with a new joint. It's called Chillz. I like the joint. There was another one that he had, but I couldn't play it because, I tried to avoid the copyright issues. But this one is sweet. It's called Chillz. Listen up to both. Sami Soul and Deluxe coming up.
Ooh, a GCOM exclusive.
I hope you find a love that's better than mine. And I hope you find a girl that pleases you right. I hope we move along, get better with time. Cause I need some room to grow. And you need some time alone. Cause my love gets really cold. I just want someone to hold on me. They say love's a myth, that I believe in fantasy. They say you're ridiculous, that you never aim to please me. Oh, right. I fight back red, I don't always see you from the other side. God, I'm in love again. Ain't mean to say that about the mother man. I hope you find a love that's better than mine. And I hope you find a girl that pleases you right. I hope we move along, get better with time. Cause I need some room to grow. And you need some time alone. Cause my love gets really cold. I just want someone to hold on me.
Let's start from the beginning.
There's many, but nothing like this internet radio show.
Yeah. Beat my frequency.
GCOM Radio.
Y'all know what's up.
You make me wait, I said I'm tired of waiting. These niggas be hella faking. I'm the only one that's bringing home the bacon. Said fuck the pigs. Salam alaikum, walaikum salam. Dropping the ball like I'm dropping the bomb. No Saddam, you keep telling me you want me to meet your mom. Well, we only got only a moment of time. Living for the moment, but in this moment I've been thinking about making you mine. Making you mine. Diamond in the rough, wanna polish you up. Cause all I really wanna do is see you flourish and shine. You're a product of Mother Nature and Father Time. That means you're timeless. Walking on this earth and digging through the dirt, I find a lot of dime, but you the only diamond way. I just wanna see you shine, they take no blame, even though it's their fault. Yeah, some say love is blind, or we the foster to the play rate, child, no joking. I'm just playing my cards, and these niggas wanna rip you apart. You the Harley Quinn to the kingdom of heart. Dark nights, I'll be still in your heart. What's up, Lux? Yeah.
Come and let me feed the fantasy with you and me. Show me what this love's supposed to mean, baby. Yeah, I can help you feel your energy. We can G for a while, for some time, baby. Yeah, I just want you here next to me. Push your body right the way it's supposed to. feel your energy. We can chill for a while, for some time. Hey baby, you really what it do?
It's GCOM Radio
I am one of the flyers
on iHeartRadio.
But I can't admit that not at all. Falling for you was my fault. Now I'm building up my wall back up. See, how can I tell the difference between the two? I'm being selfish cause I don't know what to do. You saying one thing, ain't it a shame that your actions ain't matching your words now? Cause I ain't finna rush. This is a new buzz, baby. Why are you playing games? You're making me go insane. You've been on my mind all day. I want you to be my mate, but you steady entertain. See why you don't got a chance, baby. Come and let me feed fantasy with you and me. Show me what this love's supposed to mean, baby. Yeah, I can't help but feel your energy, and we can chill for a while, for some time. Yeah, I just want you here next to me. Reach your body right the way it's supposed to. Yeah, I can help but feel your energy, and we can chill for a while, for some time.
Yeah, man, that was Sammy Soul with I Hope and Deluxe with Chillz, man. Two great artists. Love them both and the music they're giving. Yeah, so we're gonna just run into this next segment. Oh, and before we continue, of course, folks, you know what we gotta do. We're gonna get right in the news you need to know. Let's cue the music.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Around the world and right in your neighborhood. It's the news you need to know.
The government plans to build a war cloud. United States government, more specifically the Department of Defense, has put out a bid for a large tech company to build a war cloud for government needs. This cloud system will connect personnel around the world in offices to war zone sites, being able to share sensitive documents and mission plans seamlessly. It will also be able to utilize artificial intelligence to improve and accelerate war planning. The service is called Joint Enterprise Defense Infrastructure, JEDI for short. Two prime companies to develop this cloud is Microsoft and Amazon, to a nice round number of $10 billion. Several people have issues with government going with a single company. One IBM executive, Sam Gordy, disagrees with a single cloud system. He says, I quote, "It would give bad actors just one target to focus on should they want to undermine the military's IT backbone," unquote. Murli Thirumale, co-founder and CEO of cloud software provider Portworx, wrote an op-ed for The Hill saying government contracts should, quote, "favor multiple providers wherever possible," unquote. She also adds, quote, "spreading the benefits of such large contracts would make the nation's cloud industry more competitive," unquote. JEDI is a massive project, whoever wins this bid, and I see this not turning out so good. Again, Dr. Miles Eric Dyson would agree with me on this one. Ford and Volkswagen expanding their EV alliance. The global alliance deal with Ford and Volkswagen expands with the acquirement of Argo AI, an autonomous vehicle technology platform company. They will integrate the software into their planned EV vehicles in the near future. Ford and Volkswagen will have equal stake in the venture. Volkswagen will invest $2.6 billion into Argo AI and purchasing the shares from Ford over the next 3 years. Ford will invest the remaining $600 billion from a previously announced $1 billion commitment. Through this deal, Argo AI will have a new European headquarters in Munich, and the employee roster will go from 500 to 700 at the global headquarters in Pittsburgh. The technology will be tested in Miami and Washington, D.C., with additional areas in New Jersey, Michigan, and Palo Alto, California. Ford plans to have 600,000 vehicles in the European market by 2023, and Volkswagen plans to build 15 million over the next decade. And that is the news you need to know. Okay, yeah, man. So let's just get on with the third segment. So this one is about, Jermaine Dupri coming under fire for his recent comments that he made about female rappers on a TV show. I don't know what TV show he was on. I don't know. I forget. He was on some show, but the two women hosts pretty much asked him which female rappers he likes or whatever the case may be. And he responded by saying he's not really inspired by any of the female rap nowadays. He's saying a lot of the female rap is like stripper rap. You know what I mean? How to get down. What did he say? Let me see if I could quote what he said. He visited People TV. Right. So he said, for me, it's like strippers rapping. As far as rap goes, I'm not getting who is the best rapper. Or you got a story about you dancing in the club. You got a story about you dancing in the club. You got a story about you dancing in the club. Yeah. Okay, all right. Unquote. That's what he said. I ad-libbed a little bit of that. So, I agree. I spoke about it before. Because, once you've seen one booty drop video, you've seen them all. All right. I mean, let's say Lil' Kim kind of started it from way back, in the 90s. Right. So that, all props to Lil' Kim. You know what I mean? Love Lil' Kim. She, she's a legend in her own right, coming up in the time that she did come up. But then after Lil' Kim, excuse the gap if my memory goes, it was Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was doing that. Everybody know Nicki Minaj, right? Even from her name itself was, this provocative. What do you mean by Nicki Minaj? Blah, blah, blah. So she played up on that, being the sexy siren, rapper siren, whatever the case may be. So she ran that for a long time, and then now you have Cardi B. So Cardi B kind of follows up behind that, what Nicki Minaj was doing, and they got some beef. Nicki Minaj is threatened because Cardi B is coming up hard. You know what I mean? She is a superstar. Who knew that she was going to be the rap superstar she is now? Who knew? And sometimes I'll interchange rap with pop. She is a pop star. Rap music, hip hop music is pop music. Cardi B is a pop star. And same as Nicki Minaj. And now there's a recent artist that is out right now that just is spinning her whole thing. It's Meg Thee Stallion, and her song is Big Ol' Freak, and that's getting play. Let me tell you something. By the time Meg Thee Stallion came out with Big Ol' Freak, I'm just staring at the screen like, And no, hey man, listen, I'm a dude. I'm a regular dude, all right? I look at all types of things. I look at the videos, the booty videos. It was cool. I'm like, oh, snap. You know what I'm saying? The ass. All right, cool. You know what I mean? When it was playing. But now after a while, when you're looking at all these videos, it's like, okay, if I see one more booty video, now I'm getting tired of it. It's like, all right, is this all female rappers can do? Is this all there is when it comes to female rap? And we know there isn't. There were others that did different stuff. We know Missy Elliott was doing her thing. Bahamadia. Who else was out there? Lauryn Hill. What other female? Of course, Queen Latifah. We going back. MC Lyte. Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper has some sex appeal. But let's fast forward into the now. What female rappers is doing a thing that they don't have to do the booty drop, skin out, or get the ass implants so they could do their booty drop videos? It's all looking the same, and they're all copycatting each other, and not just the look, but also the lyrics. It's like, club, okay, got that check. Okay, eat my pussy, check. Your man wanna fuck me, check. Okay, I got a fat ass, check. Okay, I got the bikini straight from second one of the video to the last second of the video. Check. You know, I mean, what else? I mean, it's the same thing, man, and I'm getting bored. And I like I said it before. We got to do something different. Well, it's time to hear something different. Now, some people wanted to lash back at your guy. All right, they wanted to lash back at Jermaine Dupri, and he's like, all right, cool. He responded in his IG. Now he's doing the so deaf female cipher. Let's get some MCs up in this piece. Let's hit. And some people said, oh, that's what he wanted to do in the first place. But who knows? He was just being honest when he was talking on People TV and what he saw, and the same here, what I saw. And if this is the natural next progression, that's what's up. We need it. Let's turn this around. That's why I love Missy Elliott when she was in that big garbage bag. Who did that video? Who did that video? He also did Belly. He directed Belly. I don't know why he didn't do more movies. I can't remember the director's name right now, but he did that. It was very different. It was not stuff that I've seen before. I loved it. Of course, Timbaland did the beat. You know, Missy Elliott with her charisma, you know, coming across on video with her lyric, everything with her lyrics. And I miss that, man. I miss artists pushing the envelope artistically, doing something different, making me want to rewind a video to see again. Just like how we rewinded tapes back in the day to hear them. Yo, what did happen? What he said? What she said? I rewounded videos just because I really enjoyed the visuals of it. You know, I'm not enjoying it now. And all due respect to Nicki Minaj, I really ain't feeling that new single Megatron. And it's really not hitting, they say. It's not moving, that single's not moving any numbers. And I can tell you why, because it's generic. The song is generic. I heard it before, and it's not the best that Nicki Minaj has put out. And when you see the video, it's like, yo, Nicki Minaj is doing the same thing. Again, the booty drops, show the ass, being all fours. It's getting boring. Now, Nicki Minaj is nice lyrically. Honestly, if you ask me, Nicki Minaj, if we line up all the female artists today, the ones that are out right now, I think Nicki Minaj takes the cake. She is nice. When she first came out, she had some lyrical darts, some knives that she was throwing out. I'm like, you know that song where she did with Kanye, Jay-Z, and it was Monster, something like that. Yo, she straight killed them bars. But then, of course, what happens is, you know, the bigger you get, the more you want to cater to that attention, to that pop lifestyle. So you kind of like water down the lyrics, you play up the sex, you know. And, you know, this is what we have now. And that's what these industry people do. They look what's hot. They look at the numbers. They look who's really moving, who's getting attention. And then they're going to get another artist just like that. You know what I mean? Oh, well, you know, we're not really making these artists out because Cardi B used to be a stripper. Okay. All right, so what? That was her background. Who cares? But that doesn't mean that has to always play the main thing in every single that she puts out. Maybe the people around her got to say, all right, Cardi, you know, you did that thing, you know, you got people's attention in the first album and the second album, but this time around, we're going to just flip it a little bit and let's just do the art. You know what I mean? Let's do something different. And not have to go on, you know, that doesn't have to be who she is just because she was a stripper in the Bronx. All right, that was the past. Let's evolve. That's the word here. Let's evolve. And I think all artists can evolve because artists are never the same artists or people from their first album. Jay-Z is definitely not the Jay-Z of Reasonable Doubt. What Jay-Z spoke about in Reasonable Doubt is not what he's talking about now. He's a family man. All right. He's a billionaire now. So the topics of conversation are going to change, rightfully so. Because if he's talking the same crap he was in Reasonable Doubt, then this is how easily you can make yourself irrelevant, artist-wise. That's how what you talking about? What? As much people want to keep it real, quote unquote, in hip hop, it's not. Music is music is music. It changes. I was gonna say metamorphose. I could, but I want to put it in the proper term. Context. I'm gonna use another word. It changes. It takes its shape into other things. So I mean, I love the Jay-Z today. I love the Jay-Z yesteryear, no doubt. When I first heard, Jay-Z, but I love Jay-Z who he is now because he grew, he changed, and his artistry changed right along with it. That's what has to happen with female artists today. Either we need a fresh blood that's not going to be on the booty drop business, skinning out, or it'll be refreshing for the artists that we love today, like Cardi and Nicki Minaj, to say, you know what, let's try something different. Let's we did that before. That's not captivating people's minds now. Let's do it. Come on. That's what we artists. That's why artists are called artists, because they got to challenge their own skill, their own perspective, right along with challenging us. That's what makes music fresh, man. That's what hip hop was. That's what any genre of music is. When they say, you know what, the producers, the engineers, the artists sit down, the executives, you know what, that's nice. That's the beauty of music, man. Hearing something different, looking at something different, especially we're in a very visual society today with videos and YouTube and all these things. Let's test the boundaries, man. Anyway, that's how I feel. I'm about done with the booty videos. I've seen my fair share. When I see it now, it does not make my heart skip a beat anymore. It doesn't do anything for me. I'll see 30 seconds of it and I'll just change the channel. It doesn't do anything for me anymore. So that's my take on Jermaine Dupri challenging female MCs. I wish him the best in his So Def female cypher. Hopefully we get a dope artist that comes out of that and really can spark some new life in the female MCs. Y'all ain't go nowhere. You're still here. But the audience is probably getting bored of that too. If I'm getting bored of it and Jermaine Dupri is getting bored of it, there's a lot of people right now in the industry and outside the industry that are getting bored of it. And that's probably why Megatron is not doing well, because people are like, okay, we saw that, Nikki. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for listening to me ramble on, slip up on words, mess up, forgetting things as I do every show. I always think I have all my ducks in a row, and then I go off on a tangent thinking about something, and I'm like, oh, what was that? Hey, man, it's the old age, I guess. I don't know. Remember, folks, go to Lyfeblood.com, sign up, go to NP Sun, and see if you could throw $1 to GCOM Radio. We're building the community for GCOM Radio and for Lyfeblood.com. You see me on my IG at Lyfeblood.com. It's just not music, but it's also creating a new society. As I said, a technocratic society, and we could do it ourselves. We don't have to expect other people to do it for us, especially politicians. And you know what's funny? I haven't really talked about politicians lately, and they've been on the news. All right, for the 2020 campaign, presidential campaign. I'm not excited. And obviously, as you know, you think, hey, I was about to say my Bruce Wayne. Hey, Nova, yeah, you must be a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not Republican. I definitely ain't no Democrat. So I think with this movement that we're doing, that we're building here, is saying that people can do it themselves. They can empower themselves right next to their neighbor. We're building that network, just not in the community, but around the world, and we can make it happen. From everything that I post on my profile on IG, that's what we're about. Okay, so I appreciate you guys listening to me. I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm starting to get hungry. It's time for some dinner, and thank you for listening, y'all. All right, I'm out. Peace.